Welcome to the channel on the surf. Here is the family, Sandra, Hector and Jack. My name is Jimmy and we are the family that lives on the surf. Yeah, now we are out in my workshop. We are gonna play with that. But also today we have started one of the biggest projects yet. This one. We are gonna replace the engine. Long story short, I found the engine quite cheap, but it was already inside the boat. But yeah, today we started that journey, and there's gonna be a couple of videos about that. But today we are gonna play with this. We are gonna repair a normal marine fridge. I have done an episode about this fridge once before, so this is gonna be like part 2 of this video. What we are gonna do, we are gonna replace the thermostat. This fridge has an external, like an remote panel. These are not the best. This one is labeled isotherm. It can say Veco, it can say Dometic, it's Isostar, and yeah, a lot of names for the same thing. So what we are gonna do, we are gonna yank this off. This is really common that this gives up. And as you can see, I have just jumped the T and C connection here. That's just to make it run non-stop. So what we are gonna do, we are gonna add a thermostat to this. And that's this one. So let's unbox it. And yeah, there will be Amazon affiliate link to this down below. Yeah, this is the really good digital variant, but it's still really cheap. I don't remember what I paid for it, but it was really cheap. So what you need to do, let's see if a camera can focus. You need to add positive and negative here. That's just to make the display and the electronics work to this. And then you have the switch. So you just need to, in this case, instead of a normal switch, you just add the cables here. So it's positive from the battery in and positive out to the fridge. So it's real simple. So I'm just gonna, as you can see, here it's just a jumper cable. I will just cut this and the C connection in that port and the T port to that port. It doesn't matter which, because it's just basically a switch. And then somehow get this inside the fridge. Somehow. So what we need for this, a couple of cables. I have a battery on the side. Yeah, I'm gonna hook up a battery charger to the battery, since I'm gonna let this run for a while, because there's gonna be an episode 3 on this, because I'm gonna butcher this and convert it to a freezer in the boat. Right now we have 2 fridge with freezer compartments. I'm gonna make one dedicated freezer in the boat. This one is gonna be the donor for that project. I'm gonna need to drill a hole somewhere big enough for this. So let me just find something that's gonna make a hole this big. Perfect. The screw went out here. Perfect. That means I'm gonna be able to push the sensor through and zip tie it to this. Let me show you. So let me show you here. There you have the sensor. So if you have one of these freezers, as long as it's with an Danfoss compressor, it's basically the same. It's 1 million different brands and models, but it's still a Danfoss compressor and a thermostat. And mostly it's the thermostat or the fan or something that's the problem. In this case it was the thermostat and that extension, I don't know what to call it, remote control something. So we are gonna replace that with an brand new digital thermostat. So now it's in the fridge. So now it's just to hook it up. So what we need to do this is a couple of cables. So this is gonna be, let me find a screwdriver. So this is gonna be the cable from the battery to the fridge. So positive 1, and put this to the positive on the battery. And yeah, it's not the best connections, but it's, yeah, this is just for education and testing. So this one, the white one, yeah, normally it should be black, but I didn't have any black wires, so white it is. Goes to V negative. I guess that stands for voltage minus. I will never understand the Chinese way on labeling stuff, because sometimes they make sense, sometimes they don't. This time it did. It says V plus and V minus on the terminals, so that will be voltage positive and voltage negative, and that's just to supply power to this mini computer. Yeah, and this thermostat has 2 modes. You can hook it up to a heater and to a cooler, and the fridge is a cooler, so we need to change that. Now it's cool. Yeah, it's a long way down. Let's set it for 8 degrees. And you can also set the start and stop function. So I have set the target temperature to, let's see if I can show you here. I have set the target temperature to 8 degrees Celsius and the start-stop temperature to 2 degrees Celsius. That means when it goes down to the ideal temperature is 8, so when it goes up to 9 the compressor will start and it will run down to when it's 7 degrees inside the fridge, then it will stop. That's basically the temp difference. So now it's just to remove that. And now it's just to add these two cables to these two terminals. It doesn't matter which one, it's just a switch. Or at least it shouldn't matter. Since when I just bridge these two, the compressor started, so I need to hook up the power for the compressor as well, of course. So, when I hit on right now, it should turn on. And it did. Right now it's saying it's 20 degrees inside the fridge, as it's, yeah, it should. It's been in this room for many weeks and it's about 20 degrees inside this room right now. So the target temperature is 8 degrees, so we will be back in a bit. So yeah, I can see the temperature is dropping, but we will see. And yeah, it seems to start and stop as it should, so it seems to be fixed. And now I actually also have a thermometer inside the fridge. The other two fridge freezers I have, they are working and the thermostats and so on is working well, but there is no way to know exactly what temperature it's inside the fridge. So I found these ones. I've been using this for the water boiler to see if I have hot water and how hot it is. But I'm gonna add one of these. It says 20.8 degrees Celsius right now. They are really cheap. The batteries on this actually last, if you buy a new set of batteries that's good, they last for maybe 5 years. But the problem with this, and as if you read the reviews, they say some of them says that they stop working on day 2 or something. It's because they make these not continuous. They make like 1 gazillion items of this and then just put them in storage with batteries inside. So when you get them, you don't know if the batteries inside is 1 week old or 10 years old. This one actually went out in 3 days when I got it, but it's been about a year now since I received this with a fresh set of batteries that's been running for a year. And the display shows no fatigue at all. So yeah, and LR44 batteries basically cost nothing. You can buy them in packs of 20 for half the price of a cheeseburger. So Yeah, I really like this thermometer, and it's a quite long extension cord as well. So I'm gonna add one of these to both of the existing fridges that we have in the boat right now. And as you can see, as you saw on this fridge, it's just to make a hole somewhere in the fridge. Just be careful just to not hit the cooling, what do you call it? Not condenser, this is the condenser. I don't know what the item on the inside is called, but the cooling part. So otherwise it's the whole box is basically just styrofoam, so it's just to wham a screwdriver or something through it and seal it up with some caulk.
Pappa,
Ja.
kan du plocka fram godiset och chipset?
Ja, alldeles strax.
Nej.
And yeah, the temperature is already down to 18 degrees, so be back in a bit when it's cool and done. Jack has arrived to be able to help me with this.
Nej, jag vill inte hjälpa.
Yeah, be back in a bit when this is down to temperature.
Ja.
Yeah, it's been running overnight, and it seems to work great. I even put a thermometer to check the thermometer on the thermostat, and it seems to, yeah, this one jumps between 2.5 and 2.4, and this is steady at 2.5. And I have set the target temperature to be 2 degrees, and I have set the difference in tolerance at 1 degree, and that's a really neat feature. So right now it's turned off, and the temperature is slowly rising inside the fridge since it's empty. So let's open the door. It slowly gains. That one jumped up to 3.1. Now it should turn on, and it did. And the compressor started. So perfect. It works great. So yeah, now it's just to put the saw in this fridge and take it apart into pieces. I'm gonna keep the door. That's basically the only thing. And of course the fridge part with the compressor and condenser and stuff like that. But otherwise, from purely mechanics, the only thing we are gonna salvage from this is the door and maybe the light, since it's gonna be a custom build inside the boat, because it's no way to fit this, because the compartment is, what do you call it, 3-dimensional triangle. So yeah, I'm gonna build it on place. So we're gonna take this apart, save what we are gonna save, basically the door and the compressor and condenser. But that's for a later project. So this is basically just how to repair a fridge freezer part 2. How to change the thermostat and get a new really good one, digital. Because the normal ones you have inside the fridge, furthest in the back, with just a small knob, and you can't set it to a specified temperature. It's basically just 1 to 5, I think. And same on this, just a knob. Here you can actually set a fixed temperature and actually see the fixed temperature, so it's really good. And you can also program it with an alarm. So let's say I can put the alarm at I don't know, 10 degrees Celsius. So if something would happen, the compressor won't start for any reason. When the temperature gets up to 10 degrees or more, it starts beeping. So yeah, it did give me an alarm, but I had to start it just by pressing the on button. At least it gave me an alarm. Normally it shouldn't be that low. I set it to 6 degrees. That's basically, no, 5 degrees. That's basically the temperature I want in the fridge. So when I install this, I will probably set the alarm to 10 or 12 or something. And if it gets that hot inside the fridge, the compressor haven't started anyway, so nice feature, really nice to have. So that's that for now. One digital thermostat replaced, and I'm probably gonna get a couple of more of these and put them on the other fridges so I can see, or at least one of them. The other one still has this kind of controller, and as long as they work, they are good, because they have like a turbo mode. So when the generator is running, it senses that the voltage is high and it kicks the compressor into overdrive and really push down the temperature. But the problem with these is that they break a lot, as it happened on this one. So I'm gonna at least get one more of these and mount in the white fridge that we have. That's an old really basic thermostat in that one. And when the fridge with this controller goes bad, I'm gonna put one of these on that as well. But yeah, that's that for now. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. See you next time.